This was the big news that I've heard, y'all. That Dragoon and Astrologian reworks have been postponed until 7.0. The Dragoon and Astrologian reworks are not happening soon. It's postponed till 7.0. In previous letter lives, we mentioned Dragoon and Astrologian would receive extensive adjustments in patch 6.2. However, we're going to be postponing these adjustments based on the feedback we've received since patch 6.1. Making extensive adjustments to a job on a fundamental level would involve numerous changes. So this is further confirming they want to overhaul these jobs. But do they want to overhaul? Yeah, I guess both. The sheer number of changes would make it difficult to fully explain our intentions for each one, so we believe we should wait for an expansion release to make adjustments of that scale. With that said, rest assured we'll continue to make minor adjustments. When we publish the 6.2 patch notes, we're also planning to release explanations for job adjustments separately from the patch notes. That's good. Our goal is to explain our intentions in their entirety, so please take a look when they're released. Although we understand that publishing our intentions will not necessarily mean everyone will agree. Oh boy. Oh boy. With our job adjustments. But we'd still like to alleviate the current situation where players are completely left in the dark when it comes to changes. This concerns me. This concerns me. It feels like they're already bracing themselves for a shitstorm that will occur when they release this information. Yeah. Yeah. We broke Astrologian and then we gutted it. Now we realize it lacks identity and we have to start over. I have no idea what they're going to do with Astrologian. So, it wouldn't be an FXV expansion without an Astrologian rework. I mean, true. Astrologian has never been the same. Wait, has Astrologian ever been the same for 2 expansions in a row? Heavensward, Stormblood? No. No. My favorite was late Stormblood Astrology. I should probably remind y'all what that was like. In case you weren't playing at the time and you don't know what people are talking about when they say Stormblood Astrologian or Heavensward Astrologian. This is it. So this is how things were long ago. Long ago. Every card did something different. Only balance gave the damage increase. The bowl would do 20% damage reduction. Arrow, reduce spell cast time, reduce weapon skill cast time. It was good to put on a black mage, for example. Spear, increase critical hit rate by 10%. Great for a Dragoon. Or any other crit enjoyer. Ewer, restores MP over time. And, don't worry about this one. Don't worry about that. Yeah, don't worry about that. Just that doesn't matter. That's not important. But yeah, you can see how there was a lot more decision making involved, like little decisions you would make based on what the cards you drew and the situation at hand. Now, down here you'll see Royal Road. So you could basically use the Royal Road ability to put this effect on the whole party. So everybody get it. And that was very exciting. to get 150 potency on balance for the whole party. That was very pog. That was very poggers to occur. Okay, so anyway, back to the changes. Of course, nowadays, Astrologian, every card is a damage card. Every card improves people's damage. So you're not making these decisions anymore. One thing I know about Astrologian, one of the reasons why I think that they're going to be doing this, is that I have heard a ton of people saying that it's very difficult to play on controller. That it's a nightmare to play on controller. And I don't play on controller, so I don't know. But are there any controller Astrologians in the chat that can confirm or deny if it is a nightmare experience? If you use a macro for card play, controller play is easy. But if you use a macro, won't it slow down how quickly you can react? Like, if you macro skills, if you put skills on macros, won't it slow down how quickly you can use the button? That's why I never enjoyed using, putting spells on macros. But if you're a controller player, maybe you have to do it, I don't know. At this point, I don't even know what I want them to do with Astrologian anymore. I like Stormblood Astrologian, same, I did. But I doubt it's ever gonna come back. Even then, Shadowbringers Astrologian felt better than this iteration. I don't know how they can fuck up Astrologian any further. To be honest, the one thing they would make Ast not shit to play is to have a functioning macro system. Because that's the only thing I use plugins for. Plugins? That's again, wait, that's illegal. So, I've played Astrologian and Endwalker. And what I think is that the seals system feels not well thought out, because I've been told that you pretty much don't worry about the seals that much, and you just draw cards as quickly as you can. And don't really worry about the seals too much. It's not that big of a deal. That was a whole like mini game they created for Astrologian in Shadowbringers, and now it feels really unimportant. You don't worry about it. Yeah, I remember I was playing Astrologian on stream one day, and I was like, oh no, my seals are messed up. What do I do? Like, I can't get my seals right. And everyone's just like, don't worry about that. And I'm like, this feels really bad. Someone said Astrologian is fine. And then I came back to 55 comments. That appears to be an unpopular opinion. It's a micro-intensive support healer. At this point, Astrologian has had so many iterations, you're never gonna make people happy. Actually, this is true. What this guy said is true. At this point, Astrologian has had so many iterations, you're never gonna make people happy, because X was my favorite version. I mean, this is base. Maybe not this part, but this part is that is a fact. If every expansion is a different version, then everyone's gonna have a favorite version. The issue is Astrologian has more buttons than most DPS, and you actually have to target people with cards every couple of seconds. That's what's fun about it. That's why Astrologian is fun. I think that's the healer I have most fun on, is because you have the most to do. Like, it's the most fun healer to do, like, any content on. You stay busy. You always have a button to press. I love that. But also, by the same token, because there's always a button to press, it also means there's always a wrong button to press. And this stresses me out a little bit. That's why I can only do it in casual content. I'm a casual Astrologian because I can't handle the pressure of there being so many buttons to press every minute and so many wrong buttons to press every minute, and I get overwhelmed with the fact that I have pressed so many wrong buttons or not pressed the button fast enough. It's too much for me. Sucks for Astrologians, but good for Dragoons, as I heard Dragoon is in a really good spot. Yeah, I do not know of any Dragoon that is desiring a job overhaul at the moment. I have not spoken to a single Dragoon who thinks that their job needs an overhaul or extensive changes that can only happen with a new expansion launch. Dragoons are fine, which is what every single Dragoon has said. Dragoon is being changed because they can't add anything to it currently. Okay, there we go. Now that is reasonable. It needs a rework to be able to evolve further. Now that actually makes sense. That's the first coherent reason that I've heard for why Dragoon might need a looking at. Dragoon has no future in the next expansions. A very good point. Their challenge will be doing that while still keeping in the spirit and the feeling of the way it currently works. And you need a lot of faith in them to be able to do that.